Talking point platform. TTPTB. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama Salone. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow.
Disaster prone areas them for relocate from them areas and they, but people not listening,
It's a two-way thing. It's a responsibility, and that's of the citizens, and also, that's of the institutions. Because being that these are slum areas, they probably don't even have that the proper facility for trying to ensure that such thing didn't happen. Because from the report, the people said they consignate on outside the fire come out or whatsoever. So things like this for type of prevent issues or severe occurrences. You will find that whenever they foresee heavy downpour of rain perhaps like how they can do, when they cut the light in that particular area, they for prevent secure lives and property. It's really not an easy thing to be honest. But if it was sad, but thank God, no lives were lost. It's just property.
The other concern, I think EDSA need to be very proactive in terms of the monitoring aspects, because you find out, say, most of them slum communities and obviously one person get meter, you get over 10 to 20 hostel where they connect. So then they say 1 meter now for one host, but how you connect 20 hostel? But some of them communities there then get people and we get experience, where they do all of them things. So yeah.
So this morning, just to discuss on today the World Economic commencement of the African Youth Month every November. So the month is set aside for encourage youth for excel in their own spaces and for empower them with skills and resources. And then the theme of this year could be breaking the barriers to make youth participation and inclusion in advocacy. This morning, of course, we guessed them.
Yes, of course. And also we're going to look at, the Labour Congress. Now the body actually they talk for all we workman them. They asked them present a position paper to President Julius Madabio and for increased salary with the current economic trend. And then they asked the president for look into the economy and see how best government can increase salary with regards for.
This could be a great news here. So we all the advocates actually.
I know.
All the advocates we'll dive into that the way we get that. So this morning, of course, we can't discuss about the youth months. We get in the studio Ahmed Atata-Mansari, the Commissioner Youth Commission, and also alongside we also talk to Bilkisu Jalona, National Youth Ambassador, Advocate, and Humanitarian. Good morning and welcome.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, congratulations to you, Ahmed Atata.
Thank you.
Esquas, the new appointed and also go to Parliament's, Youth Commission and as well Commissioner, of course. Yes, sure. But let's take a short break from a sponsor, Local Commercial Bank. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation.
Local Commercial Bank, one for telling customers then say, they don't come with one new banking service where they call agency banking. With this agency banking service here, so you can use any mobile phone for do any transaction. You can open account to any local commercial bank agents then all about the country. I'll let you know go na bank safe. Local commercial bank agents will give you receipts anytime you do transaction with them. Safe, you can use your phone number or your account number for do any kind transaction. Anyone power agents then can transfer money to anybody with your local SIM couple app, and if you not get the app safe. With agency banking, you can request or block any local commercial bank card. Safe, customers can pay them bills then, buy top up, send e-couple and request statements and use the QR code. In not tap deal, you can also check how much money then at your account, request or stop any check, send and cash out e-couple. But always remember say, for keep your phone safe, local commercial bank agency banking. You bank, now you neighbor.
AYV International, a truly global media outlet.
Our media platforms can be found across the world, including Africa, America, Asia, Europe, Caribbean, the Pacific, and more. Our media services include broadcasting, media production of documentaries, movies, and a wide range of audiovisual services, advertising and public relations, sporting and events coverage, photography, and a reliable media equipment rental unit, as well as media training. Contact us at our International AYV Media Centre, 18 Soho Square, London, United Kingdom, W1D 3QH. Telephone us on 074 967 456 33. Or you can send us an email to ayv.international@ayvnews.com or ayv.instagram.
His Excellency the President as us, young people commissioner.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So, what does this mean for you in the first place? For being appointed as the youth commissioner.
Like always, the letters addressed to Wiki always say it has pleased His Excellency. Of course, it pleased me as well. For appreciating the honor we His Excellency extend, and that probably also again one could look at. We don't start overnight, but come also again because say I've been only at the youth sector before from the ministry as a field manager, one of the livelihood technical skills projects. Then we responsible for even the construction of the cow centers you see across Sierra Leone, a lot of other interventions we'll make. And then there was also a vacuum for a communications person, of course. Maybe don't carry every other time the interface. A lot of other issues there, not only from the ministry, but from the commission itself. And also again, the youth service being the head of media for all of those, these three establishments, not knowing that this was a preparation. And then also again, the president believed in the fact that people like Wiki will make achieve in Big Five agenda. Because whatever you have to do when you have exact people, correct people doing exactly implementing, rolling out what you want for rollout to the people of Sierra Leone, you need to get very energetic, committed young people, and that probably that's a good to see in me. And one aspect I must have to congratulate him as well, also again for reposing the trust and confidence, and then go to use this platform for say I'm not going to disappoint him and the youth of Sierra Leone.
Okay. So, of course, make we talk now on the topic of discussion. This is now the commencement of the African Youth Month, and also, what's in this mean? What should we expect starting from today?
Yes, when I was discussing with my minister yesterday, they tried to tell me, say, this is a new government, this is a new administration, and with disposition towards a lot of things, will be very new. Getting from the theme, of course, breaking the barriers. One president or one leader in the rest of Africa who have broken barriers, even in the point of his appointment. I know you guys, as women, must have run so many tributes congratulating His Excellency for giving 30.3% of female cabinet and other MDA positions. You also look at one of the most useful cabinets in the entire Africa is coming from Sierra Leone. And that is a way of breaking the barriers. Before this time, you say that when they say this person is a minister, you know the age of call we'll be talking about. And what you want for doing at the sector is that that is one aspect from the highest level in governance in Sierra Leone. Now, what are we going to do as young people? We provide platform for the likes of the ambassador like Bill Kiswa and the rest of the others. A couple of days ago, upon assumption of office, I take my time for through the length and breadth of Sierra Leone. For make us see the facilities that, of course, we get. We don't realize a whole lot of things that happen over the country. We don't say there were non-traditional institutions where we already know saying that this one are only for male. Women must not go there. Women do not even have the energy. They don't have the appetite to go for those careers. You go to some of the facilities they will get, you realize that before this time in Sierra Leone, you don't kind of break or a barrier between women exposure to hardware and software computing, and that is one area we are tipping so much. You have reporters in Bo, you have them in Makini, you have them in Kenema, you have them in Port Loko. Prove me right by sending them to our youth, National Youth Commissions and see what exactly they do from Monday on to Thursday, and how exactly that is backed up also again by entrepreneurial skills. That is one area I want to break the barrier so that we have young people themselves taking leadership, taking the role, taking the center stage, and ensuring that the innovation, the communication technology in this part of the world is being solved by the youth themselves. That cannot be done by any other person. Rather, for us to have them And that is the reason we are training in that area. Go to AFTEC, the Armed Forces Training Educational Center. Go there and see young people who are there. Women, 80 of them are there, who've been taken care of by UNDP and the National Youth Commission. We are bringing more partners to come and see how we have women also again in vehicle maintenance. I want a situation where Sonia in Moskago, you call again and for cargo, bring asset or assets for cargo down for them. That is the kind of thing we want to do. We are breaking areas that will not be a no-go area. And then entrepreneurship, you and I know. I mean, we have business men, but also again inside, I'm proud of us. We got outstanding business women. What has been some of the limitations? Even the acquisition of land, what has been the area, the shortcomings on the part of women? Those areas are areas we want to deepen and see exactly how they could be on board and how we can bring in. So we have very vibrant and young entrepreneurs in Sierra Leone who are also women and who are young people. So we have a lot of platforms, a lot of things we want to rule. So that is the reason I said, the African Union has decided on that thing, looking at exactly how the globe is moving. Africa needs to catch up. We want to catch up. And the Sierra Leone doesn't want to lag behind. That is the more reason we are moving towards some of those things that have been outlined there. President spoke about his 5 big pillars. The 5 big changes, each of the pillars, beginning from the number 1, which has to do with the feeding of Sierra Leone. Who feeds Sierra Leone other than the young people? Who's going to be operational with respect to the machines that the government is going to have on the farms? Young people. Who are going to ensure that we have, not only to have, because in Sierra Leone, to many people, when they say feed Sierra Leone, they think the rest of the thing about. But that's going to happen for young people. Our orientation to them and what exactly we are positioning and stabilizing ourselves for as commission is to ensure that we give a nutritional value to that. Shock you to hear in the next call, because I'm going to roll out a lot of things. First, getting the seeds. When I say seed here, if you go Kabbalah, Falaba, you know, to the cow seed, goat seed and stuff, then we'll do it out. The other year also, what is going to be, we're going to have timeline to all of it and how it could be milky and provide nutrition for the young people in Sierra Leone. How am I going to do that? How are we going to do that as a commission or as a youth sector? Is that clear? We have chief of youth councils across Sierra Leone. We have district youth councils across Sierra Leone, and we have the regional leaders as well. So what is going to do here, we are going to do here is that the feed Sierra Leone component that has to do with animal husbandry, whether it has to do with cattle rearing, it has to do with small ruminant and the rest of it. That is one area young people are going to champion by chiefdoms and by regions. So by the time we talk about a year or two in Sierra Leone could have a lot of meat to even be exporting, you know, and a whole lot of things. And coupled with the production of our staple food, which is rice, that is not going to be also again be forgotten. We think about all of them things and what will happen? Young people must have to be exposed to the required facilities. That is the reason we are even asking the government of Sierra Leone. And as much as there is no government that has ever spoken and has given tangibility with respect to empowerment of young people rather than this government. And because of that, we want to commit also the government to ensure that we have a banking system that is especially for young people. We have not got the Bank for Agriculture in Sierra Leone. And that is one area we are talking to World Bank, other institutions there. So let's try to get a particular bank. We say young people, they will get a platform. You hear me go come on and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to go into tomato, I want to go into vegetable plantation, all the rest of it. But you don't get small money, but you're not able to get much more. And want to employ like 10, 15, 20 people, where they go just there, where they go there on a salary and all the rest of it. So how do we do this? So that me for the next 1 year or 2 years, we'll get money for roll out for salary, we'll get money for buy equipment, and the process from them things they get here the markets. Those institutions, for example, in Sierra Leone, we may to know. Go to Port Local, that is one area vegetable grows so much in Sierra Leone. So that is the reason we want for now CC. We as a commission, we try to engage the line ministries, like for example, Ministry of Agriculture. They tell us the topography with respect to whose areas they go find us. We all know whose side tomato will do well, whose side yabas will do well. We know that area. And those young people who are there, we position them with respect to some other interventions they all want from me.
The area of skill is very important because even the African, youth months talk about skill. Then it's obvious that we still get challenge of young people who are skilled in terms of meeting the demand. Like for example, we see African mineral in this country. Past again for being come, other foreigners for coming and work, more especially for drive tractors and other things that we say and skill for even mercenaries, the need for come with them. But how the ministry, the commission went back in skilled Sierra Leoneans and helping the young people for meet the demands. You spoke about the president in Big Five. How if we achieve that? If we not get the young people skilled for going to the farm and able for plant the tomatoes we talk about, the rest and other things as well for let the feed salon projects, be successful. It's still challenge, but how if we able for change that perception we are in? While young people still struggle for each up to the point, but also able for learn skilled for meet up the demands.
When we get that experience from the example you give, where they do it in the African mini years, the London mining saga also. I mean, we don't reposition we fit into the current demands right now. What we don't the year so the year again as Sierra Leone. When that happened, what did we do as a commissioner, as a ministry? We quickly approach with partners. We approach government also for let government see why we forget some money and how we talk to most of the companies in Sierra Leone, especially like the construction company. No Sierra Leone will now, if I go to Liberia now, go to Senegal, do your findings, you'll be in the media and see how many young Sierra Leoneans who have now had who are doing construction with SICON and other institutions doing construction in Liberia or other places. Many Sierra Leoneans who train in tractorization, that don't go there back again, Caterpillar and all the rest of it. When we be getting with facility in Asumbuya, we say we'll go train about 150 to 200 young people in that. We don't know, say, Sierra Leone is growing to this peak to a point that we are going to focus on agriculture. In as much as going, we don't begin sending signals, so we don't train a lot of young people, we don't certify them, we don't do a lot of activities with them where it make for now. They don't move up to the occasion. For also again, make that intervention clear. The way I been give me opening statement, I'll tell you, I say, we got two very important institutions in Sierra Leone where we try to look at. For those of you who are in the Western rural, of course, you don't hear about Obasanjo skills. You for don't see probably most of the where even take IOM the International for Migration. So that recently 2 weeks ago, Sierra Leone also 1,200 illegal migrants, temporary owners. So how them why I go fit in and see where they're going to develop help for develop the social.
But so what are the institutions and they were created? As if you go to currently because are there additions to the Obasanjo, place now 3 Mile and. It's totally dead, as we speak. That's not a function in place anymore. But I would for upkeep the institutions in the way, more especially they before skilled the young people.
But I beg to differ. I don't know. Perhaps they're good because they only run classes like how other institutions they run classes. They run classes by shifts. Take your time also again. Go now Obasanjo and skills. In fact, we don't even upgrade to the recent one where it did this one media and broadcasting. We're not even going to see photographing, cinematography, or that's how they call the model and all the rest of it. We don't go even into solar energy. They are doing it, but they go there by shift. Carpentry, you go there missing. Go and even see how they don't pave them place. As recent as 3 weeks ago, midday. Then take your time also again. Go normally Sierra Leoneans will take a talk they pass, we want to see some of the things that we really get in our country. The biggest vocational institution in Sierra Leone. Do you know now I'll slap and get time? It is a novelty to you. Go to 34 hospital, 34 barracks, check exactly who said they call AFTEC. Go there and see what young Sierra Leoneans who don't send it through support from United Nations Development Program, UNDP. What do they do there? They even fix, get electrical problems again, you call man. Go there and see for your very self. You can take a camera there. I'm showing this now to you. Do that part right there. Everybody also. Go now, who said they do construction, who says so the language system. This is purely for every women in Sierra Leone. In fact, it's because of we are tight with respect to the finances. We are ready for on the number. And one for number shifts, just like we are saying, so that we have certain category go like, for example, from 9 o'clock onto 3 o'clock, the others that take her onto 7 or 8. But we don't go into that agreement with them. We don't sign an MOU. We don't discuss that with the future. That the teachers are very fair. The director of studies, Komon-Tok, is very responsive with some of the concerns they say. They will go to IOM. Those are the things. 6 of them are there. I mean, the temporary runners where we will slot because we got category of young people we try to look out for. You go to Juba Barracks. That is the biggest. When they have breakdown in their car, don't find any that quack again and begin to fix your car. Go to that place. Go and see a factory industry where they manage the light and heavy vehicle. See women lying under vehicles, doing maintenance also again. See the 400 or more of brand new machines on tailoring, where they make handmade shoes and bags and all the rest of it. But the problem we have inside it is that you ask the question, how could young people help for some for achieve President in Big Five? We are not going to coax them. We are going to encourage them. We are going to force them for them to know that society is not ready for them. Let them also again be ready. Let them be willing. These days, you saw me also. I was with my brothers and sisters at you go to Miss Johnson's Street, so like you call Black Street. I went as far as under the bridge at Ascension Town. I made my brothers dead, I would say. Because if I go talk for more than 1 hour or so to your colleagues there, you just sleep because of your push lights. I mean, those are the issues. Me don't tell and say, but they try for a category of all which they want for do that their life. For example, John tell me say want to become carpenter. Others told me, yes, we as I mean do small mason. If I get grave, they said, okay, long clock can enter Friends of the Dead as well. Me as I mean do small carpentry. Me I get driver's license. That's you cannot have all of these things if you're not ready for doing things a day. I'm not going to take you because of you know my brother or you know my Salone and all the rest of you. Give me motorcar. I'm not going to give you motorcar simply because of the level or the status where you always did. Okay. If you say you want to go into medicine or whatever, or so you say you get a practical experience, we're not all try for give a kind of profile of yourself and come back and see how we're go to that places and get some technique, some overhauling and then give us some certificates.
Okay, so of course, therefore, you know, they'll dive into Danny, but of maybe we'll bring Belkiso coming. So Belkiso, of course, you know, you actually they have for say mingle with some of these young people. You know the challenges, them, you know the areas them where they do, you know the areas them where you know where there are serious gaps and things like that. So enlighten me about situation. Of course, you don't hear within the commission. I don't say there's some things, some places that he can reach. When I make them get somebody like now they for try for reach to the ordinary or the half or say the young one, them the younger people them. So enlighten we tell you, you know, what's exactly the situation around with the youth in Sierra Leone.
Okay, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to say happy African Youth Day to all young people out there. And but of course to Sierra Leone, because for me, I would say I'm so happy the fact that say commissioner outline like some of the things that we fellow youth them they do, especially women's like new skills. Before you hardly see women really participate in some of the things and they share that. And to also I would say there are a lot of young people out there, advocates, entrepreneurs, they want to really into innovation, they get creative with them out there, and most of them so willing. It's just so sad that like few don't carry their way by this push for limited drugs and all. But I believe in with time, you know, like for change the mentality of young people, you know they happen over time, but I believe it to continuous advocacy, sensitization, they will change, just like waiting the commission be done, they do the ministry, because then get we as young people, we get people away they volunteer, like people are actually willing to do the job because it's about how passionate you're about advocacy and also we're getting people that way we can move around because there are places where they're not can reach. But we as advocates, as young people, when they go to some of these slum places there and all, and the thing about young people, what we understand and what you will learn out of the advocacy work, like we listen to yourself more than somebody else like way older than you go talk to you, because then the system we don't feel them pain. We understand actually waiting and they go through and all. There are challenges actually, but I would say the positive aspect of it is that we get now young people the way themselves don't take the mantle at the hands. You know, now I think that your responsibility for you become like for you achieve your goals the way you want to achieve in life. You not just get for wait out there for opportunities, but you get for push. If you didn't a little corner, but when you push that will make somebody identify, you say, okay, this person involved into something. But you get opportunities also, how we then we able to tap into. And I want to say it's a good thing now we get the UN like bodies where they support young people into different skills. If you're not an innovator, you get something where you create. I get colleagues there like, I'll call few names, yeah? You get Martin, they do very well in terms of advocacy. You get Franklin, they into innovation. Franklin gets a device where in the create whereas like it's a sensitive device, it's a security device where if somebody want to go to Komon-Tok or whatsoever thing, they think the alarm, you get a call straight away. Now your phone, say, so person they try for breaking to, even your house, you can even use them. So these are creative things we actually we embrace. All we need now for let we get partners, we go tap into the young people there. For example, again, me fertilizer where they work on way, I use the seaweed where they dirty with beach, you know, I use and convert it into organic fertilizer. So all I need like it just like expansion, like we get donors the way they come in, say, all right, this is a good idea, and it's also part of it's an eco-friendly product. So, and now we get this feed salon, and now we get a lot of young people who they go into agriculture. And fertilizer is also a challenge for we as soon as salon. So just imagine we get this organic fertilizer where we produce now in a salon, and it also creates within job employment. Whereas get for bringing like a lot of young people, especially women, also for let themselves be able to be independent in life. Because believe in me, government they do really good, but government not able to provide jobs for everybody. But because of them companies they have to really come up, they're also able to help government for letting succeed. We get for those also that responsibility as Sierra Leoneans for let we see Salone go before. Like within our plans, like for the next 5 years, how we dream, how we want for let Salone look like. It's only the contribution of young people. And for me, I will say I'm so happy the fact say government don't believe so much in young people, and it's a test case for us also as youth. You know, we get for do with best. We get for prove I'm right, say yes, that the right decision I take for let input. Then young people they have some other strategic positions there. So we not get for let down. What do we get for need? We get for support. Then people there we don't need other strategic positions there. It don't mean say because I'm not in that place, I don't need for help. Me self get me a little bit how I go help, how we go able to go at Salone, because it's not just about you, the individual, but like how we go succeed as Sierra Leoneans. That comes in collaborations. We get for collaborates, like believe, say, me want to go able to do something, but if I tap into somebody else, we did do something, I believe so we go succeed in life. That's it. Two better heads are better than one.
Yeah. So Bilkis, you don't highlight a lot of strategic areas. Then you mentioned about innovation, where we get some youth people and when they introduce innovative ideas and all these things. But the challenge is to how for expand or how then we for tap and invest. But we don't see a lot of issues, and because like me, so we usually can go out there do reports, especially for them people like how Atstabi mentioned, that's what people already take push. And wait till we observe and gather and know for say majority of these people, these youth people, they're actually skilled people. They've worked before and all these things. They used to live a better life back then. But then some of them, the majority, all would lead them to whatever it is that they don't become right now depression. The fact that they have these skills, but where do they actually implement or put these skills? How will they survive from these skills? Which leads us back to what you say. There are a lot of innovative ideas, but we do not have investors. Is it that now government they make provision for try for bringing investors tap into these innovative ideas of youth, or is it that we youth people need to be blamed for it?
I would say like government, not they bring in investors and all, because for government not to just an individual, we already as we are government now responsibility for less Salone go. So I would say maybe like the young people, some of them like. I know some don't carry it away by the push and all, and the depression we talk about, and it's something where actually they go on the rampage. There are people who are depressed or we hardly notice, and they are going to start with the home. Salone of us, we don't used to that thing, whereas we don't encourage people like even you discuss your idea with somebody will tell you, say, you know how many times I don't try that in no work. Like now one form of discouraging somebody for standing. Don't like we know say like Salone, like we in a developed country, the country not that developed yet, yeah? There are a lot of challenges we would face. And coming from the 11 years when, or like, I remember like, I traveled recently, I go on a youth camp something, where after all the sessions, like you get a platform, like you do a presentation about your country, tell people what's in the investment areas where they need for coming and can invest in the country. I remember I talk say like people let me ask questions about the 11 years one. I say if we deduct 11 years from independence, it means say I'll say like we don't do well, we don't go, because the 11 years we not do anything. Some of we don't even know like much will be happen, but it was a terrible thing where we're not going to even wish for it happen again. And now young people they do extremely well, and that one and they don't carry it out. Believe me, the ministry and the commission, the youth service, they do extremely well in terms of sensitization. Not just them, there are other institutions also where they do, because they believe say like the next coming years now we get for the in the strategic positions and if we all long carry the way like waiting at the future of Sierra Leone. So like all in the focusing how for empower we when we go be really equipped like capacity building, career development program like scholarships and all, because these are things that we go motivate the young people and for later. They're not going to do like 100%, but they are doing well because some of them youth they are so they don't empower. For me, I would say I'm an example. Now I've been empowered. All I need is investment for that to expand on the business, and it takes time also. You know, go just grab one day and be somebody. You know, in life there are stages where you get to go through, and the youth there. So I would say there was this youth at risk program. Some of them up till now will communicate and they don't transform their life. Then they do extremely well in society, then communities the way they do. So you know about I would say like a group. You tap into the by group. You're not able to target everybody at the same time. But the few that work on the targets, their life then they transform. We always say it's a positive impact for us because you hardly see like where they go down, give them pledge, say, all right, I don't agree for change. Me, I'll be this person. I attend the Africa Youth Connect, and there was somebody also who traveled to be the part of the Youth Connect program. And go see good things because you meet a lot of people across like the Africa continent and all where they do extremely well. So that also they serve as a motivation for you. Myself, I want to be somebody. Myself, I want to be a change. And when we come the bobo, they do extremely well now. Like they do business, they go take from somebody in shop, instead the sell. And when it come, it will be in being now the voice for in company will be don't involve it because it don't be an example now. Say my life don't transform. So in company now they admire. I mean, then self they change small. That way they like things they flow. And also concerning like because me I so key about skills, not to just follow you go land book and you say no, I want to sit on our office and all. There are a lot of opportunity out there. Not to just office you can sit on. For example, agriculture. Before people be shy away from agriculture, but for me now I would say agriculture looks so sexy because now you get a lot of young people where they say, I want to go do farming, I want to go do farming. You know, it's all about like the knowledge where people and we don't get before say now only the old people now they need for do farming. But due to more research, when you don't become educated, exposure, they don't see agriculture like it's not just about the aged, but you as a young person, and it also that means where you actually get a lot of your revenue from, and also you're able to contribute towards nation development as well. So all we do is that we encourage governments and other donor partners, let them still keep on believing in young people as they do like UNDP, for example, and they do extremely well in Salone. So they still encourage and let them keep doing more, let them believe in young people. And also let them go to tap into the right people as well. Because when you tap into somebody, we get passion about what they do. They expand that business. They put in all into it for letting see this project comes to life because it can say this is not my baby project. I want for see for letting expand, for letting big, bringing other young people where also we can do better things. Yeah, will contribute towards nation development.
Yes, yeah, we pointed out it's very significant. You know, if we able forget them, you know, out of total ways, then their tendency for them we forget the number of young people and you know for achieve. As we speak, you know, the total population of the country make up of young people. So are we able for you know, get some barriers there of young people and we're able to achieve, you know, as young people what we want for achieving life?
I think one are through monitoring, like if you get a project to invest into 10 people, you know, we go say like, okay, Salone we did try, but you get some other people who get a negative mindset. These are things where they affect also following or grow as Sierra Leoneans. But if then people are they be monitored, say this project is for 10 people. Actually, they target the right 10 people away they into business. Let me say, for example, if now on agriculture, I really like agriculture because now one thing that we go make Salone go, we will feed we sell and all that we less the imports, focus more on exports. That way will help we. If now 10 people already into agriculture, if now rice, then they do. Now don't target them 10 people, but they need for be monitored. Say then right people has to benefit, and also the need for watching people and they say them business then grow. Because if them business then they grow, just imagine how many other young people and don't be employed. So that they reduce the unemployment rates in Salone. And that will make we country grow. That like me, all my dreams are just ones like me country people like other countries where they travel go. Whenever I travel, I would say
I wish say Salone would be like this. But you get this negative mindset of people where don't stick in them, where I would say now a disease, where always can say, Salone not go ever better, and this still not go work. These are bad things, you know, like certain thing that it costs with country, and it's not good. We get for lack we self was like that we be proud of the fact that we are Sierra Leoneans. You don't get no place like home. Nowhere outside you go, you get for come back. So if you get that mindset, and always Salone we get, no matter what you get, we will try for work them out. And media encourage me fellow youth them say the challenges are there, but like let them not see them say these are things we get for let you down. In life, you get for come across challenges for let you succeed. There are stories like commissioner and will tell you stories the way it don't come across before it become a commissioner. There are times people wouldn't can tell them stories. You're the one that say, really, this person got through them things there. And also mentorship. It's a very key thing where actually they plead on also the commission, the ministry, and the youth service, let them what they do. Like, let them still keep on doing that, things that we don't do before. Because these are things also where they motivate young people. Like, for example, I go get you on a platform where we get small people want to become a journalist. You go explain your story to them. That they motivate and they say, me, I want to become that man. Whatever challenges where you face, they say, instead we don't come across certain challenges, but you overcome them. I don't know life. You're not going to say because I come across this hurdle, it means I'm done. No, you get to take no for an answer. Because you get to get a lot of doors that wouldn't be closed at you, but you know, go for relax and all. You say no, I'll still keep on going because you know, say you get to dream, you get to focus what you want for being life, and you're going to achieve it.
Okay.
You achieve it.
I'm attaching to the conversation. When you be going to Parliament and Parliament will tax you, you know, as the youth commissioner, you know, for ensure that we fight against kush. That is very significant and a big responsibility, you know, on the aspect. And you know, since that time, you don't really work on your strategy, you know, go to the communities that young people, you know, deprive on that and as well, and talk to them. So how you get for work towards that? Because standing at the heart of the president, we make even set up a committee for looking to kush and how then cable for combat that, whether or not you the counter, whether or not you the produce them, whether or not you the bomb, you know, whether or not you the sell them, you know, for before you do start. Because if not to that, the president, the agenda not going to be able to succeed.
Yes, that's the one area will be so appealing to me, more especially when even during the period of questioning, when I go for the interview before I even go for the approval, the conversation around kush, they really take a center stage. Knowing also again fully the impact we don't bring negatively to the youth of Sierra Leone, my own community and the other places where near you took you work out young people. That make in fact I over increase me energy for combating that aspect of this kush thing. And I inform parliamentarians that it is not only kush. Now there is this one that has called Molly. You have ecstasy. That one is more for ladies. I mean, those who are in it, they know the reason why they take it. And I we also look at the statistics. We send with the show the percentage of young people who are also affected by this HIV and AIDS. That also bring like say this thing we must have to nail it down, put an end to it. And like I tell you, when I go on the region at all, you realize say I really go engage for take stock of what's in the regional offices, and then for also use the opportunity for engage Orange Foundation digital learning center for youngers across Sierra Leone. One interface the student, the tutors, and then get a lot of other things. Most of the letters, like how possible they go, young people write letters to you. Those youth organizations where they come by for see the ceremony or other things also. 80% of the letters why you see now letters from youth organizations asking me for support for them to fight also this push. So all the letters where I come, I take my time for open. So in fact, all push related, I put our side. I don't give them the kind of attention we require. And not stop there. There is this organization who made it will be the grapple known in this country. When I be the anti-violence movement in Sierra Leone. Yeah. When they take this sort of drugs, before this taxation by one and all of the other bad ones that have been taken, pampas water, all the tab and other kinds side, they become violent. So what do? Can we revive? Let us give life to the anti-violence movement, because not only be like a civil society, but also for me, when I was in school, it was a school club. We have school clubs of anti-violence movement also. I don't bring my banner content board and the rest of the other civil society organizations. I said, let us have a conversation around this. Like the ambassador stated, we said that we not get time for good, not because we don't want to go there. The schedule and the tax will get so big right now. So we want to see also again how this, not only the awareness he is in. For me, I don't tell them, let us do profiling. So I talk of one thing, say, but call them a depression. But couldn't take on to jobs, wait until the job don't left them. Or society just don't want this. This is any better. And they are on the streets. And when I went there, Boku, the first time information Boku tell me, someday when they get picking them. So the cost that they put to them, you want this life or you don't live, like picky liver. They say, no, bad. Me, I want to pick come on fine. So I asked them, what do you want to pick? What do you want to do pick come on fine? So I have this conversation. And at that make we call on all other sectors. Yesterday, I got an opportunity, me and some other colleagues, I got opportunity for even go to Leon mining group for let them able to see, even though they say we don't go beyond the ceiling or the period for giving support to organization, but the push aspect, even they themselves, it arose there. And at that one foresee. They're not give you something, I mean, promising words. I hope and pray that they will respond so that we'll go look at the organizations, the media houses like we foresee. Let us go to these people. Let us encourage them. Let us see how exactly, what are the facilities so we will provide for them. We know say it is a big challenge to us as government. But it's not going to stop there. Because you talk of something, we go to all our countries. She is one person. I'm one person who's most of I never knew in fact that she was coming to sit with me here. Social media, the bash. Always so they say youth programs, now the same faces, you know what they see. Because they are curious. You have to be curious to know what she said something. If you are in agriculture, let you be capacitated and have the passion for it. If they go take in a media, in a broadcaster, oh, I know Remy is a journalist. It's a very seasoned broadcaster, they go put in a farm. You know excel there. So the best government can do is they give you a platform where you can also do your broadcasting or your journalism. That is where you excel. For those young people who do not show aptitude in some of them things, these are the young people who are our focus. Now, like she stated, last year she was in Kigali. She was sent there by UNDP and Ministry of Youth. Now also advert out right now for young people to apply. They don't like technology. If you don't want learners to apply for any job, talk as it via email. They will not want to do it. They will want that physical thing. All of this, their colleagues have done. People are applying. Apply when you are a candidate, you are being shortlisted, then they tell you now, say, find a way for camp. Then they come to we or then go where we can get resources for them where they can go for their programs. Why are we doing it? We do it very deliberately. You know, they say Rome was not built in a day. And we know that there will be the guy that say jealousy is the first thing to show that love is in existence. If you wear that coat today, I don't know, say, man, that coat will be wear that studio today, like camp. The next I go do for work towards the money we take for my that coat, I go buy. That does not mean I'm going to hate you. I'm going to work apart with you. So now young people, now that if we go to look at now, when you go to other countries, you know, with Kenyan young entrepreneurs, she picked up that idea of fertilization of this seaweeds when she traveled, and she saw the technology. Yes, that is one area we can go to Lonely Beach. Other countries, in fact, they are begging for that thing to come, for them to do this organic fertilizer. We have it already; they are wasted, but our young people are not going there. They have the others who are into plastic and other things. They want an entrepreneurial platform who say we go able to upscale some of the things, and that is where we are coming. That is the prayer, because we are not talking about green, smart green, and that is one area we need for really empower some of the young people there. So you wait to see that you say you go smoke kush, is that going to really solve your problem? It's not going to solve a problem. My argument to them always is, like where I will tell the others, let government put very stringent laws, not on those victims where they take the kush, but let government put punitive measures, a very serious jail sentence, where they forgive the one them, when then are the people where they bring certain components of the chemical. Before this time, the kush was something that was brought inside you. I mean, important. But now, the composition of kush, they don't tell you now, say, now few components of them, now they come through their formalin, or things that are the chemicals that they put, but the chunk of it now, they don't even cassava leaf right now. And those boys go to the prisons and they tell you also, again, this glue, super glue they use for making shoes, they'll put it on the surface and give it some time. When it don't dry down, they get away, they scrape them. They have a lot of things to do, some of these things. What is leading our young people to this is what is the conversation we want to really get to them. Now that make I don't start on a future and I got for continue in other places, but I cannot always be away from the offices. So what I want to do here is that to have all of these young people, these ambassadors, just like how we get election period, we'll be the try for give them megaphone, talk to them, tell them, say no to violence, don't allow politicians for can use you, ask them make out if and all the rest of it. I think that is one area we have to do. That aspect of community, they beat the one where they smoke the kush. It's a no-go area. We don't want that. They too have their own rights. But a lot of look at me and you too of society will know that they sell kush. So when they are the community see this that they don't. This are the kush bomber. And they're making huge fortune out of that. Yeah. And that is what we are going to discourage, backed by the law, and ensure we'll provide a rehabilitation center for some of the young people. Yeah, but that is what is lacking. And we are asking that government focuses its attention towards that. Partners will force. We'll go even look at that. A rehab doesn't necessarily have to be a free time. We can take one of the islands.
I was actually just about to mention that situation about the rehab center, and of course, when they talk about the Ministry of Health for try for declared it as a state emergency, health state emergency, for try for see how then for try for get the statistics and try for cushion this issue. You rightly don't mention about the rehab situation. They're not enough, because I remember we talked to Dr. Jallo. One of the challenges they already face is that they're not even get enough beds or room to accommodate these people. And not just the rehab center, we need more people and because if you look also the amount of staff and stuff and all these things, we do not have those. So what is it that the commission is going to do for try for push for ensure for say these are things that we can achieve? Because regardless, youth play an integral role in government and all this, especially in terms of achieving the 5 priority areas and where government want for achieve. So what is it that you're going to do? Because you also don't mention about the situation of that of the suppliers them. And we can look, the people who actually supply these things, they are high influential people. There is no one ordinary man they go for past and they do border. Now, high influential people who might even be in government or whatsoever. So how is it, what is it the commission is going to do for try for tackle and minimize this situation?
The first approach we don't give is the awareness is we don't start and how for the profiling of the young people then so don't become victims, of the participation what they do with respect to this kush and other substance or the abuse that are one front one for use. And then also again see how we'll get a kind of a holistic community approach. Because like I say, me and you in our society will know exactly how whether they sell, whether they smoke and all the rest of it. How we will constantly in my community. Why is it that for allow you picking for participate in this? Because the moment you don't get that pain body now, just don't say it. In your case, not serious. Perhaps the kidney must have damage and all the rest of it. So nobody go for loose implication. So let's look at a video is on social media. I saw it on Facebook last night where they see one picky at Vine Memorial Secondary School from one picky also. They see the smoke kush. And that is one area the police are not even looking for arrest the person to do the video. Who will be the grab up? So that they beat you, you're gonna tell you, mama, because mama going for Adam. Society was owning us, not a situation where say you the feature you big one, or the if you afraid when they say oh mama can't tell her. Well, I don't know whether because of we they're born communities when I've been a village setting and all the rest of it with the afraid uncle there with the afraid and all the rest of it. That child was not even going to be comfortable for me to know that place a whole cushion is smoker, that kind of public way. But this is what our society has turned into. The question you ask yourself, how did she even manage to know that is kush? Will they see again, Papa they send a picky for go buy a kush? Will they see it is in the school systems? That is the reason we are going to approach the schools themselves, school authorities, for give it time, for see how we will revive this anti-violence movement, and then we'll use the opportunity also again for talk to them about the dangers of kush taking. So all of that then from the part of government, we also make the attractive nature of vocational studies. When we say vocational, it's not going to be like what you and I, with the big, will realize when I be Gata and I stop making. I've got very attractive ones. How we make that also with incentives? Like the one I make reference to, we say with the training at 34 right now, the one at Juba. Now, we give them a stipend. I just signed a couple of days ago, but when they give them a stipend, so they get per month. Like this young guy talking about a very sensitive aspect. Trust me, me go find them, for ask them. You have been here for this 1 month, 2 weeks. How is it like? Are you the Sonia that used to be 1 month before, or the Sonia that is now who is an electrician or learning to become an electrical electronics, that kind of thing? Who you don't get NCTV through and that of after the certificate. Some they tell you, the other people they tell me story. Hey, Mr. Masai, I don't know self. Me 4 years ago, start from the college. If I have for let me not say yes, I make 100,000. I cook for me, man. This is a story. This is a very short one. I say how it happened. Somebody is switch with a spark. So now they call. A guy pull am, but it tell the person the price of the switch different from how much you go. But we calculate your own profit on that things. 100,000 come inside this business. About 3 switches. So all of those, I mean, these are very good testimonies, so we don't begin to hear from some of them. And we also want the others, therefore, also look at some of their things and see how they could be loyal to some of their things. Now,
sorry,
when I go there, the other lady, they even asked me, and I mean, I'm not class yesterday, I said, what up, I don't get transport. I said, what up, hey, me nobody give money, also they say, me not serious. So I'm using this platform for appeal to community people. When you picking, don't go bad at some point. You don't see government don't push this far for make intervention. Not deny them. Get an opportunity we want forget. Someday, if I they say that 6 months training, they go forget intensive Monday to Friday also. Some they say, well, they know if there's a way for me they can do. So they showed or some of the beneficiaries of that particular project will be don't go with them before. Today, then I should demand them. Mark, we send the advertise for skills for military. Some of the young guys and men will also again be fortunate for be listed. Some of the young people will not benefit from this particular project. This is how it's not going to be an overnight thing, but we are rolling it to a point that you must have a trade certified. Perhaps it cannot only help you in Sierra Leone. The one that they don't for go Qatar, they go Kuwait. What did they go do? They where some go if you say you're not messing, you must have to show something where you go give credibility to you, and that is one area I want to encourage them. My experience as a lawyer in court don't show me say that they invest so much into their traveling them. See somebody go tell you, say, I give this man 132 million to make a travel. This man you are giving this money to has not even got perhaps a passport. No, as if I even gone down to Lungi, they go get that kind of money. Why can't you use that money to have a very good business? So they go sell family land. If you have all of these concepts, sell family land, open business and see. Government gets a lot of things. Currently, we just, if you follow up on our, you guys were there. One we were with the World Bank for the PSS NYE project, where we have about, it's going to be probably, the money will increase about $42 million we're going to have for young people. We are going to cater for 8,000 in the sector. Those young people that die cash transfer, we will forgive them. But they're going to be cooperatives. It could be individual. If you're lucky, you go and pitch and then you win the heart of the people. They give you cash money. I don't want to give you because you're sitting at a ghetto, they smoke push. No. Let young people of Sierra Leone change their mindset. Let them be ready, let them be willing. This government has a lot of opportunities for them, and we are going to reach out to every other person.
But do you actually think, it should be declared as a state health emergency? Because from waiting the ministry said, they say, it not reach that kind of number or peak yet for make them. Because, and that's the thing, it's like also like you try to allow the thing for make it get worse. So you really need for make it get worse before you actually declare them as a state of emergency.
We don't get first time we'll be the grapple on could be the small jamba. Mama they tell us, not go near Amo, like Christmas, or small jamba, I don't want. We've seen that, that at some point, at this point in time, it is not as the way we were told. But that is not as rampant as the way this push is so young enough in the stage of these drugs, but don't capture the attention of every other person. We don't get the story of Tramadol, where they say doubles and all the rest, Pampas water. They have been settled. We know say Kush, we go for settle Kush in business. When I was in Parliament, that came up very seriously, and that came up because the parliamentarians and tell we say, then when they go to the constituencies, everybody, when a young person, they're on Kush now. So those young people, whether they go help the mama there, their papa, their auntie, their farm, they don't go there anymore. And someday, all day, they sleep like zombies. So that was the reason why that idea began to say they might think of asking the president for let make a public health emergency. But of course, during the number of admonitions and so they even give me tell us, may they just assess of patients. We've come a long way. This is how badly it has been. And now we are getting there. The awareness is there. If you follow the clip of those boys where they did Black Streets, then tell me, say, anybody who they seen out push, then they pull out, they go give to police. And they have demonstrated that. There was a guy that came from the US, where he came amongst us. They have been like living. I think somebody will not be there far from the place. But it might be doing this kush thing there because of kush for sale or all the rest of it. When that them crab go down at the list, you go report on the police and go, here's the young man. And it is this is how it is. And we don't tell them, change your life. Those ones who they be in that car wash, you know that how bad that place was. Now you don't be scared to go there. 1, 2, 3 a.m. the place is electrified. The young men are sitting, some they drink attire, some they keep nice company. Now, in fact, they have become security for the community. This is how we want to see our young people. Let it don't be declared for now a public health emergency. We as a sector, we don't promise say we go for ensure say it go less and it go tap. And that was the easy way the police the whole. I'll follow up on the digital thing. I've done at least I need for place to call hygiene. We want all the big bonds already to hold any schools. Let them talk to us. Let them explain really. Would they do this business with them? Because the whole thing here is people are saying now big people that they do them. But who can really want to finish a whole generation because of you want gentry? You know, say if you point arrow like this, tendency for select go back, bounce back, come back to you. What if you pick it into them? Most of them now pick it at the school.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're going to do. Some go down kick. Look at the young man that came, Mr. Johnson, that teacher in this school. You know, so you look at him, and Providence Day. No normal person. You don't go to school, no go teach, no keep teach that kind. You must have been influenced by something. And some of these things, the taking of kush and all other harmful drugs that they take, like transcendent movements. Now just a short period where you left you cautious and the quick you don't pack. Don't clean the money. Say, I mean yesterday, man, they allow them to do that kind of drinking again. So those are the things. They do it and they get their actions. But why is it that society is making it available to them? It's what the concern is. And we don't fear. And the rest of the youth sector, now may not go to schools. They don't begin go there. You've seen a video. You've seen other things they are doing. You see, even the porn so that they go and pull for them, nobody not going to be normal for that kind of pornographic thing put on social media. Some will get them at the end of the day. So society really are overhauling. And let not only be for government thing. Like our ambassador say, government is all of us. What intervention are we doing for those shows in our community? We do that things and they bring them that they call it all names.
Communities. You talk about our community for involving into this, but we see say the problem at the community there. For example, like we talk about that vine picking, you know, where they smoke that kush. Now community
very happy.
Then they film, then they gladly, then send on social media.
Instead of stopping,
you know, but what's never be the role of the community for stop them the issues there?
Yeah, the community we don't start for do an intervention. If you follow number 9, then chase the one so no one then let them come on our community. But of course, we also you go to the eastern part also they begin some community begin to do that stuff then they I think was it Tenail also, then they do the same thing, the whole cane they beat them. But that approach was bad, and then could be learn with voice to them things they tell us. So that is not the point. The point here is the post way they sell una sabia. Una go meet una tell and say me no problem una picking it for una. Una engage stakeholders. Una make let people that know say this person is the seller. Congo side them make police then come in if there is a way who could me I not tell them but say anybody who can sell push way una sabi una get evidence of una arrest them. Una left for argue until una call me. Wherever they go take back, I go there insurance, I bring police and arrest that person. Let us do it this way. Let us make it very unattractive. At the end of it, they go shy away from doing it. Because the way this cushion come in, let me ask the other day, I asked a medical friend, would I can get access to formalin? So you can get your way explain. Now say, if this is the problem, let government put some strict measures also again in letting the formalin, because it's for dead body. You know, they don't begin go beyond that for not only forgive human bones powder to kush. They don't begin contact to jamba. They tell me they say the jamba for guy. I was so like I never knew what was that. I asked that, so tell me jamba for guy. They say Barati or put us small, so at least it go jack man fine. Why is this thing happening? So those are the issues, and that is a concern. I don't want my son or daughter to be like any of them. That is the easy way they push. But if they get a good friend, and sorry, they get bad friend, then show me a friend and tell you who you are. Not so. So those are the things. So what do we do? Let me say get community approach and constant awareness using, and how deadly it could be to them. Because they go see that they left Sudan outside the company, they die near them. Me don't go see somebody, don't go test kush. It became a whole problem. Myself and Abik Kamara will go and at this place outside they get law under that tick. There was a stick that they call under the tick. That young man was called for him to go and test. He was a tester. But let them know say this kush should get power and maybe they go test. As he jacked to for them, and die. The Sudanians are back again. I'm not going to the police and go there was a problem in how for let go this individual and cops to the police then. We come from Lumley police station, all go there. We'll calm down the situation, we'll get there. Now I say, would I go and be the next person? That's what I mean. But I don't advise many people push against them. So those sort of things, it's bad. Look, the other one that is still pending all over. How healthy could it be? You don't see what is lemon, don't tell me. We ain't going for continue for can. As they can, and so the place go for it. You go there, you don't pen that a day, even doctor not go to treat them. No iodine not go to solve your problem. We don't want those things in Sierra Leone. We want a vibrant and youthful, energetic young Sierra Leoneans. And that is the easy. We will cook now, we cook them. Now big with the big them. We don't gravitate from that period. We stop with the pitch for the polo, no more go train the power shop and get a certificate. This time around, we they big them now. This government has shown so much commitment. Opportunities and it is a free application. Nobody asking for 1,000 leos. Now, we know the number Baku. Now, like we go say now, we go say we want 10 mass communicators. Now, they will apply more than 1,000. Yeah. Just like what my sister said. You look at the number, the age, the history of the youth of Sierra Leone. From the war, you talk about the Ebola, the Boston, now the COVID, and you look at the level of poverty in Sierra Leone, the number keeps rising. And we are now at a bulge. That bulge, you know, one, if the Sierra Leone will not get it right, any other time we don't get it this time. So that we want to be on record on the history that at certain point, certain category of young people hold leadership in Sierra Leone, this and that, we are some of their hallmarks. And that is the history we want to make.
Okay, so of course, I'm chilling at at the commencement of the African Youth Month. So one for waiting at the activities or things on for embark on for ensure that there's a changes in terms of skill development, empowering them, and so on and so forth.
We got a whole lot of programs so one for role. In fact, this is the one period where you see the commitment on the part of the central government. The presidency is now leading this particular AYD. The African Youth Day or African Youth Month. The presidency is taking over that, and that is the reason why we now subsume all of the resources and everything through the office of the vice president. Is going to champion. Now, what we want to see is that this young lady has spoken about lack of funding, of scaling up her platform for get much more of other people. When we say employment for young people, President Mitterrand said they give you 500,000 jobs. People just feel say now for let me to should on our office. It is going beyond that. She can provide job for another 5 or 10 other people who are constantly sustained on the things the way they do. They don't talk about, we don't need to know about fertilizer saga and Sierra Leone. If young people have to provide you seaweed in producing fertilizer for us in Sierra Leone, I mean, her technology or her experience, let her do more research, come to us and see how we go able to assist and that kind of stuff that day. So this year's celebration, now on the things that you get for the young people being, having access for governance. There's no way you could talk about governance in Sierra Leone now when young people are not there. Every other person is used to in Sierra Leone administration. So that is why our government has succeeded in achieving. And then now we are coming to the area of the entrepreneurship. Now that area, all the candy. Now then, kind of people that want to see young people they come to agriculture. The ideas that we then get. We not only want young people can tell we say we want to form cooperative also now. Follow we can begin do rice farming or want to go plant cassava, want to go plant potato. We want every sect in Sierra Leone. For those young people who they then fall about when they do go other place, then district what they do very well, extremely. Like I say in cattle rearing, they come together. We have institutions we can tell. Man, so now if you get 10, 15 cows right now, cow seed. What's the cow seed? In the range between 6 months to 8 or 9 months. Keep it for the next 1 or 2 years and tell me how many cows you have. One cow for Nana Sierra, and our tradition, everyone. So that is just what we want people to come in to. You get those things for cheap as 800, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and all the rest of it. Get those things and you come to us and say, we shall go do intervention. So this particular celebration this year, we engage them. We are breaking, like you stated from the thing, we are breaking that barrier for the development of young people. But then how are we going to do it? Individual approaches, yes, good. But then look at the thousands of young people we have in Sierra Leone, or the millions of young people we have in Sierra Leone, who also want support from government, who are rural young people. When will be the grab up, I will kill up to 10 or 15 or so on a farm. You ask, perhaps you think I did not do it. When I was at Friday College, I never buy from a rest. Now some people they go make every season. That rest why they eat next year, 2020, 2024 academic year. Now this season I go don't go plant it, I carry it back to college. We rest dry. They do it for me. They give Abes speak ginger, all I take up. That was I never buy rice. The company they buy what they call fair rice. Then they come with the exchange me and they open country rice. I got rice from the beginning of the year to the end of the year on me paying the campus. That was how I grew up. So that shows young people come into a couple, how can do like we can down to 7 or 8 will all come on MBC or another that place, then Jala, other colleges them. When they go to your village, you go make your own farm. The next village, we'll go to this person your farm. We'll all. So by the time they say that 2-3 weeks in the season where they don't tell we say the vacation period, we don't done, we all don't can buy them back now. Certain boss will only just meet up. And the harvesting people can do them at our back. So that is how we want to see young people. come together and see. When you are together, you have a kind of organization who are there into farming, who are there into entrepreneurship. You can attract the attention of government. Now, like what I talk about this World Bank project, also they can give cash direct transfer to them. I will not give money for all of us in this studio to Remy alone. What if Remy can go on temple run? That is the easy part. The approaches have been changed for individuals who continue using the platform for Orange. The one that has to do with cooperative young people in their 3, 4, 5, 6 or so numbers, we are going to hire the services of local commercial bank. So those are the kind of things. Because the free for I will go give, like if I give $15,000. So to all this while, if you defend 10, 15 million, possible tell you say they make you go Canada. Where you go to Guinea, you go tap, then come back again, you come pay money, you don't eat. So this awareness is what we want to do. Let young people realize that the more they push positively, the brighter the future for them in Sierra Leone. Let them don't give up. There's an opportunity for them. Come to the commission, join their organizations and see. Come by profiling yourself in the respective communities. Not sit down and get to all day the smoke push. Come to us and tell me what you want to do. We cannot reach out to you at every other time. That is the reason we have organizations registered with us. Those organizations, youth serving CSOs, are within your community. When I sabi them, when I go meet them and tell them, me, I don't tell this client, me want for be this person. Come, go make a circle to go. Because we cannot give them the money. We can place them. Even though some go tell you, say, hey, Papa, from this point, man, no, eat that yet too. You don't plant it. You have been there, you've served for over how many years? Few of them met me a couple of days ago when I was moving after work. Parliamentarians asked me that question, how I go able to capacitate the young people the way they team up, and then junctions, where they run their politicians, they motorcar. That's the answer and solution is very simple and straightforward. Let's say, Mr. Mansai, what do you mean? I said, stop giving them money. Let them run behind it for the next 1, 2, 3 weeks. You don't give them money. They will find, if they team up at the whole place for the rest of the weeks, they will say, better not there. Let me go find something for do. They'll begin to go to your house. Which job they go do? They go clean, clipping grass, cleaning place. When you watch it, make sure the work with the person do, they get money. But if you get money, I have had the others. The other one can meet me. They tell me, driver, I say, move. They move, we clear traffic. Now put the glass down, they wave to that, say, may they come. If you see the speed, but come up there, they run the motor. Commissioner, I can't be now carry some motor, link on motor. But I sabi the all at the Lumley community. I said, how long have you guys been here? I said, well, yes, I you. I don't think that this community past 17 years. You know, to forest guard? They say yes. Why are you still there? You wear the trusses. Why you not go work? The other one tell me now saying, how we better keep. They go for the day, they knock past 500,000. So you're not going to go sit down for 1 million, 1.5, 2 million lose job. That is the mentality they have. They don't even know that you and I mean, I've been getting that. I had a degree. I started receiving a salary of 550,000. I live on that. Until the time I met Sonia and others teaching them. She will call if I tell her my salary, that time the teacher in the whole international school. But that is just it in life. I have gone through those stages. Success is not overnight. Yeah. So I tell her, I say, Chairman, like Bobo, they were not so say, now all this community don't so when I can't tell me all to know for do. 1 or 2 have made approaches and they are fine. We are thinking of enlisting them. The others go to our center there at Works Milling at New England. We have quite a lot of them who are there. We're gap picking also again where they learn this digital learning through Orange Foundation. That is the problem. The other ones at night are common. Then they say we make them meet up and meet the other one. The way it makes zombie and gap picking. Now ask them. You know, I take my time for engage them, but it is just what it is. Then they could come on and host the anti-tell and so matter is where they can send from you. If that person is not doing any business, not working, how you send for you? Now just buy the girl for go do. So we know the problems in society. I mean, you need to know. We don't go put parties there. We don't go functions. We see things that happen. Let us see how we engage them. Then also, I want to use this opportunity to talk to the Ministry of Tourism and the rest of the other tourism sector. There are certain beach bars on the beach, but they really limit some of the things that they do. So side is one place where those things are legalized. When you go to that place, they say small picking there with them, have Bobby set up floppers in hand. They are just there all over the place. Let us limit some of these things. This is a generation that we are spoiling, and it will haunt us back. I'm not going. You go down tomorrow. You think then you go possibly that money you grab. They don't take him motor battery. You don't broke him motor glass for pull the canteen. This is how the foundation starts, and that is the communication we should be having to the people. When I do help we. On behalf of the youth sector, we are helping for long ago. They get a particular series or program on this push. They watch you now. Oh, they talk to now. They are watching us. You go to their house, they get television there. They are seeing some of the things we are talking here. They are hearing it. So Lord will try for see the others then Brofis by this place where we go, Miss Johnson Street. Then tell me say if they don't act play or they don't compose a play where they will support them so that they will be ambassadors. They will go to different communities and for engage their company. I say it is good you guys tell your own very stories. Tell them about the one they would don't get now, they don't die, they don't sick, and all the rest of it. Now, after all of this, I want to engage them, call them and see how we get somebody who na play right. We'll go listen to their storyline and direct them and see exactly how we engage them. And let us try to use that kind of platform for where they're able to go to communities.
Okay, so of course, Bilkis will go on for coming. This now, at the commencement of the youth month, I'm sure you as a youth ambassador, I'm sure we're going to get to put things in place in terms of reaching out, sensitization, and so on and so forth. So, what is it that you have for as an ambassador? What's the plan? What are the activities that it entails?
Mainly these three activities surrounding like the ministry, the commission, and the youth service, because they're not the body where they out for fun. They're not a donor partners. We can get the initiative say that this activity is not one for carry on. For example, on this kush issue, like maximum sensitization, going to the slum communities, areas where prone to violence, because at the communities there we can get young men, we can just sit down. Mostly that they can involve into the drugs things there. So we can go with a proposal and say, okay, now this activity we want to do. Then they can call us, okay, then we can able to do this amount when I carry out these activities. Though beside the ministry and the commission, you get other donor partners them. We can say, all right, we're interested in these areas, though we can fund on our do activities. Even though the funding can be so challenging for we as young people, at times because like people don't know you actually say you're an advocate. Whatever thing where they happen at certain communities, people in the colony say, hey, Bilkis, what you wanna go do? When I need for coming to this community, you can't talk to people, even if they get some clash and other things where they happen. For example, there was an issue for one guy where rape in Step Pekin, Wow. So like the nurse where they go with the person to and call like I guess somebody in my foundation and call and say because we get programs that we can do like in different communities, talk to young man them, and even we can get nurse at times we can volunteer. We get alleyway, they deal with the orphanage communities where whenever we want to get activity based on orphans, because there's that we can do skills training for them. Ali we can call in because we believe so much in collaboration as young people. Whenever I get activity, maybe I will call 10 other advocates so we get other organizations where they do well, though we can come team up together. At times now we have money now we can use. So then us they can volunteer for go check on the orphans and all. So the lady get for call say the doctor also became like way is the daddy rape, like the one for compromise the thing and all. So because then people that don't trust in other communities there, whatever thing happen, like a lot we say that's also thing. So now that we how we can do it. So on this celebration, we so much embark on the same non-violence thing, and I so happy the fact say commissioner bring the thing about this anti-violence because these are organizations where be so active in our schools them. And it's so sad on the video. We have seen the video yesterday of that small picky where they smoke. Though the lady the video they ask some question. It's so sad because we don't get out that thing. Salone before we help us him, quick we don't take a phone the video things there. It's very bad. We don't so quick for post on social media. The negative things are so much on the media that we focus on selling the positive things about Salone. We will make actually Salone look so attractive to the outsiders. We will make the one for campus Salone. So it's same on the sensitization. We still encourage the ministry, the commission, for letting go help with fund, like other donor partners them. So we go do like a mass sensitization on this thing because believe me, I believe sensitization gets a huge impact on people for the because if you keep on talking to people every day, one day they will change. They will see the impact. Say, okay, yes, now too I need for change for become a better person. So all we need now the fund, and we go for tap into them, does them say, all right, we need for do the activities there. They need for provide the fund for we carry on the activities. So for the comment, when I just is it that they just target Freetown or also for they reach out to people in the region and hard to reach areas as well? Because a lot of time people can just base their focus with active things happening in Freetown, forgetting that Freetown is not Sierra Leone to be honest. So yeah. Yes, so and yes, not just Freetown. Like I would say, like for example, during the election program. process will be a lot of sensitization, not to just Freetown with target, because mostly people can just focus on Freetown. But the province we get a lot for though. And the commission will give some funding way. Like they even send, even you where they Freetown and will take you and send your plan for go do sensitization on this, on violence, elections, like the free and fair elections and all. It all means that because apply you need for sensitize that with the upline. So like we can move across. And we also get people that upline when I advocate them. Then self can reach out. If we self get opportunity as soon as we talk, it's okay. When I can reach out through the institutions there, they can support when whatever activities we want to do. And the good thing is as young people, like we all don't see ourselves as family. Especially on this collaboration, we don't believe again that you want need for do something. Even if they get activities there, they can invite we self get we own small experience, we'll be able to share with them how their own program also will be successful.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Commissioner, you want for give message to the young people?
Yes, parting statement to youth of Sierra Leone is that if you be the feel say your life done, you don't give up on life, you don't take into push, or you don't go for able to get any other skills development where will add value to you in this country. Change that mentality to something positive, opportunities and then for now. And like how we don't get the conversation, we go wish for see una in teams. Me, I want the one that already view me throughout the country. And somebody they tell me a couple of days ago say I don't begin fine at the Western area, especially at the west of Freetown, lab going at the east. And I say, okay, I'm not gonna be too friendly on some of the hoods at the east. Let me get somebody who will make I get all of them places then. And let me engage them. You know, the chairman they make able to engage more. We'll get it. We are going to call you very shortly. Call them all together, engage the executive. Because all of them please they get executives there. So do a lot of left push, lot of focus, lot get a trade. Government don't give you 5 pillars. The president show we say love feed Sierra Leone. The next time go on for you, how young people will begin for attract come to we and see how they go on for go into agriculture and any other thing we will do with then development, skills training and all the rest of it. And on behalf of the youth sector, I want to wish you a very wonderful celebration of the African Youth Month. The celebrations now commemorate to not begin at today. From now on to the 15th, we go for reach out to all of the youth ambassadors registered with us in the commission and that of the ministry. We reach out to the district youth councils and the children youth councils across Sierra Leone, and then we'll go try to get a particular conversation on some of the issues we go for do with young people in skills, entrepreneurship, agriculture, and all the rest of it all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ahmed Tatman Sari, and the Commissioner for Youth Commission, and Bilkisu Jallo, Youth Ambassador, for being part of the show. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we can talk about a final issue with regards to the presentation where the Sierra Leone Labour Congress, presents the President Bill on the salary issues with regards to the current economy.
Hotel Commercial Bank.
Code offers services include broadcasting, media production.
Can continue to the next segment of discussion, topic of discussion this morning. So, of course, I'm going to talk about the Labour Congress will be present position paper to President Bill for call for an increment in salary for workers, them among other things, them especially with the whole economic situation as we know where they go on. So, in the studio, we can talk to Sarah Thomas, Kamara, one of the Vice President Sierra Leone Labour Congress, and then later we expect to get Imran Silla from the Strategic Communication Unit. Good morning and welcome, Madam Sarah.
Good morning, Sierra Leone.
So we meant to understand for Sarah, present a paper in terms of an increment of salary for workers in the country. Salome go on for no waiting really prompt this decision.
Thank you very much. The reason for this now the fact that we actually see the economic situation of the country, and when you look at the wage, you go see say commensurate to waiting they happen. So because we represent workmen then at the country, we say let's go talk with the number one workman at the country when His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and let we put the case across because now then get policy directives. We actually they look at say workman the salary they care they go nowhere. And we all know workman, we all they feel the pinch. So now that make we go meet him. And we talk to him. And some of the issues where we raise actually in that meeting, now the fact that every 2-3 days, fuel price they go up. And as fuel price they go up, all other prices they go up. And it affects workmen and business people then, where we not go say, it's so clear. Nobody not go say, they don't know about that because me they take transport, you they take transport. If we not they take transport, we get motor car or they buy fuel. So it actually they adversely affects Sierra Leoneans. This time we're not they look at the working class alone. We they look at Sierra Leone, not the bigger picture. Then fuel price don't go up. Then we watch tax. Tax now the country is so serious. It will not even talk about double taxation. Also, not talk about triple or, more taxation. Because if you watch, you they pay tax when you count the good. You where they go buy them, they pay tax. Me where they buy them, they pay tax. So it is like multiple taxation, and we get concerned about that because we want to make them look at taxation broadly.
Okay. Of course, you don't highlight some of the areas then where they get issues, or where you think, say, very president need for look into and try for salary for do an increment in the salary, the wage, because the minimum wage not really sufficient enough for make people and for sustain themselves for a whole month. And we realize for say is it they try for also government also they try for work on trying for is it reduce or take subsidy from rice, which is our very own staple food. And whenever such thing happen, it cause an increment, and where it cause an increment, you the consumer, citizen, now you get for suffer the consequences. Them, what thing will be your take on that as well?
Well, actually, a not tell we say then they remove subsidy from rice. It just tell we no more say they want for look at rice, oil, and some other things then. But it actually tell we say this time around, because one of the things that we put across is the fact that when they do them things there, so we are not involved, and we're not to give your own input because it is like nothing. It is something for us without us. And this time around, we want to be part of the deliberations because probably we go get we don't take into the issue, and sometimes we go proffer some solution. We're not go adversely affect the working the Sierra Leone, not go affect Sierra Leoneans then. So if we say this time around, Ingo invite we into them committees, then they discuss the issues, then they so that we can give your own input. But if actually they have for remove subsidy on rice, it's a serious case.
The challenges here you talk about it very key, and they affect every sector, whether and they pay you 10-15 million at the end, it still affect you, because if you rest about 900,000 loans and you want to buy 1 bag, 2 bag, you get your family transportation, school fee, and other things that we have for putting together. And not to the first and this Labour Congress, they actually raise them concerns there, and for the governments aware say this now the economic challenges, for the people who they work, talk less than you want to work. But how don't be the response to government with regards to proper collaboration? You talk about the president assuring us, say, committees they get for the setup for looking to reviewing on some policies they get for involving into them.
Well, this time around, one of the things I think the trade union movement of the income, the term follow we fit, we drop picket lines and we go into strike, don't pass. Now they look at social dialogue being one of the pillars for decent work. So they look forward to him actually encouraging us to be part of that thing. Because we don't want to go into a situation wherein we get for draw lines, you understand, and say, this time around, we not agree. Because we believe, say, at the table, we can give, we take, and you tell me what you take. We dialogue on the whole thing, and we reach a consensus. But, and we know they say this time around, we'll not go draw line. But we want to make at least, we get the fair playing field, and we all talk about it.
So I'm going to go on for now. What exactly is it, the percentage or the amount where they try for advocate for in terms of an increment?
it's going to, now we're not going to talk on that yet, but we then look at, because at that meeting, His Excellency the President said we could get interministerial meeting, wherein some of the issues where we raise, it will get the ministers them, and INSEF will be part of the meeting, wherein we will come and look at some of these things. Because if you watch, when we talk about taxation, the tax on leave so big. So we ask that them pull and come out, because it's not been daily. So if you then pull and come out, that means you recoup some amount back, we go happy for do what you for do. Then with because we look at GST again, it's too big. 15% too big on some commodities when they talk about. So let me sit down. We're not gonna put all what we want for discourse and waiting out we own things that where we the proper solutions to then things there. But we believe if we sit down at the table, we go see we'll get a way out of the whole situation.
Okay, let us welcome Imran Sila from government. Imran, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yes, you're always welcome. The Labour Congress, and organization, them take a position paper to President Julius Maada Bio, who said they asked him for looking into issues surrounding salary, the economy, even for March with the one where they work as well. And a consensus also in government, we don't talk, say, they want for looking to the issues. And then recently, and we see USAID government being increased salary about, minimum wage of 800,000 euros. But the Labour Congress say it's still not enough, for measures to waiting to happen at the economy. But with that, what does this mean to government and how governments they look into some of the issues there?
Well, I'll tell you, thank you again. First of all, the fact that the president, the audience, should say he want for listening to them. He want for listening to everybody. As long as that's something will help in whatever little way for contribute to the development of this country and their issues, then we sector specific and relate to various organizations and entities, then why not? I mean, His Excellency the President, like he say, he will call for interministerial, we then call for let able for sit down and talk. In every issues where organizations or entities and there is, you get what you call low-hanging fruits. One and the way, not just for able for sit down and talk about time and then you able for address them. Those are the low-hanging fruits. We not require anything beyond the ordinary. But once you move beyond the low-hanging fruits and then now you talk about salary increase, and I mean, those are fair points. Fair points. The global trend right now, I don't see any labor workforce when they talk about salary increase across the world. I know instances then where they don't do one, two kind of measures and steps for getting governments and then country then they for able for, listen to their demands. But ultimately, if we go back to within the Minister of Finance been say, when he been to do the supplementary budget, and within Matthew Dingy, the Financial Secretary, in an interview say, that he was asked a question specifically about wage increase, salary increase. And he said this, he said, well, want for committing himself for say anything. He said, because responsibility enough advice, government, as to the direction for go. He said, but he said, ultimately, he said, I want to make sure, say, side the money they come off from. That's so? Yeah. Side the money they come off from. How you get for get time. The secured source for able for talk, but all of them thing and they say, so as at that time, now conversation we in no one for make commitments, setting stones on. But however, at some other points, they will happily come and come for sit down and get that kind of conversation in there. If the revenue base, don't get body to do what they want and for they get. Having said that, as per our previous commitments, government, President Bio in previous commitments, teachers them is supposed to get salary increase, no so progressively, right? With that bargain arrangement, I think at some point early this year or late last year, when President Bio been to do the Teachers Award, it make that commitment there. I think there was about 10 or 15% increase. Yeah. It's supposed to be 45% over a period of 3 years or something like that. So he made that commitment again. Fancy. We don't implement a few measures then. for sort of increase with tax base. Make sure so they get more revenue. One of which now this mobile money transfer for Orange and AfriCell. We're now on the charges where you pay, not on the principal amount where you send. So you, Remy, if you say you go sell 100,000 loans, nobody, not the pull anything by 100,000 loans, as it be always there. You send them. If you for pay 4 loans, Orange and AfriCell say, well, pay 4.5, 4 loans, 5 cents. Now, on that 4 loans, 5 cents now, that is where the 15% GST and then government may lose out on. So government's now able to bring 10 amount and there or something to that range there, right, into government coffers. Now that make president further gain commitment on the initial agreement they'll be make with Salone Teachers Union. And I say going to be an extra 10-15%, right, in the new fiscal year and all that. Because government know, it's sure, it's certain. As to Simon, nobody know the inflationary pressure not affecting salary. That is nobody, right? Nobody. Would I want a salary increase as I sit on there? Sure. No, you don't need to ask me to tell. But I also have to be circumspect, right? Whether it is doable, whether government is able for fulfilling commitment today. So once it comes to think the way they add on wage bill, then demands then they across the board, as the financial secretary been said today in an interview, he want for be sure who side the money they come from, whether the money they for going to them conversations on this. But that not means say when I can take it down there away from the issues the whole now for raise, the whole I don't put forward on the table. Those are legitimate things. And I'm sure in those dialogue, then ensuing dialogue, then both sides, governments, representatives of government and owner union, go before sit down, and get the finalities and the issues and the owner raise.
Before we talk, when you talk about wages, actually, the Wages and Compensation Commission act be non-passed the parliament. We they say let government put them into place because we a grade 7 person where they work in the Ministry of Finance and a grade 7 person where they work in the Ministry of Works. They actually forget the same salary. Why the disparity? You understand? So if the WCC come into being, we know say parity will exist.
Absolutely.
We're going to bring equity.
Absolutely.
Because if you watch people, then they clamor for workers or ministry. Whilst when you tell them for going on the other side, they don't want for work day because they obviously say it will affect them adversely. So let me come with the Wages and Compensation Commission. We're going to look at bringing everybody on the same level, whether you're black or you're white or you get copper color, but we all not the same. If me they work now, me grade 7 now Ministry of Works, and you did grade 7 now Ministry of Finance, we all two forget the same take-home pay.
Yeah, I mean very quickly on that. I agree with you 110%. So well, probably add another 40, let's go 150%. I agree with you. Interestingly enough, I was involved in that process from the start.
Okay, BCC.
Yeah, absolutely. So when the Ghanaian consultants in come, when they go around the initial stages and they try for do them consultations and they both at local council and at the civil service, I was involved. We do about 2-3 rounds, we do the initial draft and put them together. Cabinet, His Excellency the President, a firm believer in parity. Otherwise, not been for the structure institutes. Their structures then they for follow through. Now that make when you go cabinet, President Bio and short say them pass up. Now because it believes say, then disparities then they will need to address them over time. It has to be addressed. And I think say it go on record as being the first president for attempts for the real conversation around wages and compensation. First president for attempt for go to a cabinet and pass on. The first president for ensure say that they reach parliament and Parliament follow through on them. It has never happened before since the introduction of multi-party politics in 1996 in this country. Lord give President Bill credit for that. And so, I mean, we're doing on the same page. Very recently, I talked to a friend where they work na HRMO. It's not somebody I don't know way back from college. So I've been calling on something else. And they tell me, say them in the meeting. So now I just ask her, I just provoke him. I say, but who's kind of meeting? They let not be saying that. I say, no. I think it's in connection with this wire. But then more broadly, I think then public sector reforms them way now one of the big five we President Bill talk about. So their meetings and I know say they're ongoing. I know say tomorrow to next tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, through the Ministry of Political Affairs, there's also something, right, which is more broadly, right, to get for the public. Because if you talk about wages and compensation, I
say the public.
Oh, absolutely. Reform, yeah. If you talk about wages and compensation commission, which has been passed by Parliament, there is no way you could implement them in vacuum. It has to be done in tandem with the public sector wholly, right? Reforms them and then the President Bill they talk about, because that is the only way you're able for now fit in and bring them parities in there between, permanent secretary and deputy or this or that, and all of them and they, when you do a wholesome review of the public and civil service, right? For able for make sure say, right, that people are coming at the right place with the right expertise and all of them on the right wages and the right salary, and then they talk about now say there are possibilities that then want for increased retirement to 65. Also, wow. I have had, I don't know, right? I can't confirm. So there are a lot that is ongoing. Right? There are real and hard commitments. Law give President, and some of them you don't do them overnight. There are structural things you don't do them overnight. President Bill is committed. I'm sure in the ensuing conversations that you get for girl with them, sectoral players, them and all that, you go find out, say President Bill instructions and commitment. That's in the way every single individual you get for the talk which will follow through on.
And this time around, we're really ready for follow through because we're not going for making left hanging, because we don't see if they make their commitments that they to we, but when it comes to the ministers, you go see them begin to dodge some of them things that they. But this time around, we're ready to follow through because we actually want to see them things there, so we let them to rest because now we do with them. And sometimes if when I got a phone-in program, you go ahead and begin lambast with somehow because we know they talk. So tell me, we can go, we do we think quietly, then we can't sit down. We not make noise about it because we not be so for make noise with every little achievement we get. But this time around, we think just a cow don't be. We go talk and see because we believe for sit on a table and then we talk. As I said earlier on, it don't pass that stage where they draw lines. No, it don't pass that stage.
It's about negotiation and
yes, it's about social dialogue.
Yeah. So Emily, if I make we confirm because there has been talks about President trying to reduce the subsidy on rice. We don't make rounds and not public one for tell me how true is it or if it's just really a rumor.
That is not to my knowledge, but what I will do, I will talk to the Minister of Trade, right, and I will revert back. But as of yesterday, 12 midnight, I really don't sleep. I know you're nothing but that. I do not want to do news on social media. I should be informed better than within the app on social media. But trust me, I will revert back on that one day. I'll talk to the minister and I'll get back to you.
But generally, the move by Labour Congress, what impact this will create, more especially when the president don't make commitments, for looking to all of that thing.
Look, I don't think it would be fair for knocking institutions. I want to do into advocacy, which is what Labour Congress does. They don't do since the Pope, let me say, within an altar boy. So, and then we'll continue for that. We're going to leave this government into another government. And that's the essence of democracy. Right? That's not the essence of living in which you could call liberal economies. People, and they always push for more and they ask for more based on the realities of that particular moment. They then go get in conversations. And so, look, President are making commitment. Labour Congress obviously feels strongly about their issues there and very passionate about them. Gideon and you, then conversations and they will continue, right? And then I should say, at the end of the day, in every single conversation, not give and take, we will get to a point where we'll go agree on something, right? Whether not for now, the immediate now, or in the medium term or in the long term. So one example I will give. Remember, we've been getting conversations, there were lecturers who come to power in April of 2018, lecturers, them they pay, the state being the pay, government being the pay into the universities, their accounts. But then there are issues around salary every month. Lecturers, then they go and strike. I don't know how. Law not going to that conversation, they may not sabi, and not the work day. And so government at the time find out, say, it was a smart and necessary idea for just put the lecturers on the wage bill. Add them. So when you're paying every other civil and public servant, you're equally paying lecturers. They're working for government, they're working for the state anyway. So that is what we did. And then there was some outstanding conversation we've been getting for the increase of salary, where they've been promising since 2010, 2011. There was no further conversations. We come, we bracket that baggage there. We had those conversations. And it was progressively agreed that there was going to be a 75% increase, not so over a period of 3 years. So meaning progressively year on year, something is being added on. And so, you know, which are the try for say, not to every conversation or dialogue we go into with any labor force or Congress or any kind of thing, you'd expect the results at that material point in time. You'll get results that will progressively address some of them core issues that they were, then they raise.
Okay, so Madam Chair, was there a given time as to when, this dialogue or sitting down of negotiation would take place?
And now, we give you a specific date, but we do follow up now with the Office of the President for make them go give it, because if we don't already tell somebody for make you do that, so we liaise with that person for make we go get the date. But notwithstanding that, we want to commend them, because one of the things that we do, not the fact that we get one of the best labor laws now in Africa. And we look forward to actually the implementation of the labor laws there, because we see workman they work, they go retirement for payment end of service benefits. Now they sonko they come out. But this new labor law don't ask that we have a joint account. The workman them and the management go get a joint account where there will be signatory to, where every month where you work on from waiting and then get her, they go keep something aside. So when you they left, they no say money they for pay you. So they look into that being enforced in 2024, because we're not going for me workman then begin going back say, I don't left work 1 year now, 1 year 6 months now, I don't get salary. I don't get end of service benefit. Or sometimes then forgive me 60 million and call me this week, they give me 5,000. We're not going to let that kind of thing. So one comment is excellent to the president for that, because within the sub-region, we have one of the best labor laws.
Okay.
Of course, we get messages them.
Yeah,
we'll find ways we go into them, because there's so many questions being asked, to be honest. Yeah.
You almost start with the messages that we'll get so far. There are a lot of them, including the first conversation as well. And well, I think now for Atata, Ibrahim they asked Commissioner now, but Atata actually not there for response, so we can read that one day. Dawla Tari says best labor law, bad implementation. That is from Dawla Tarali. And
I think I'll just stay, yeah. Okay, well, probably we'll just need to continue, because we feel saying, the messages are for you guys, but it happened for saying that for the first, top people that will be get to discuss with this morning. Although, Madam Sarah, you say, go on for dive into, the amount or percentage of increment, but before really report from Salone and say no, that would then say we forget their opinion and tell you, for make you know, for say, okay, this will be suitable for we or that and also for.
Well, as I said, na dialogue, we're not able to tell you say na this specific, because it's give and take. Yeah,
you will a rough amount, probably.
No, we're not going to tell you a rough amount. We're not going to tell you a rough amount, because honestly, if not then some of their committees, then they don't see a certain day we can nearly go into blows when we negotiate. But those are all behind the scenes. You understand? That way we come out, I will paint the picture fine, like nothing will be happen. So that means most of the time, like, look, like I say, we always they sell out. But behind the scenes, if you know what they go through, you understand. But we thank God for everything. And we want for commit we self say this time around we go work for Wukumande.
So it will fine for me to know, especially in terms because it might be half of say confidential document when I don't put in place, when I don't present the position paper to the president in terms of the amount or whatsoever the increments may be. When I come up with this decision, was it that when I engage, workers then for get the inputs that would have to decide on a particular amount or number then being presented to the president, or is it that you just got as an organization and say, okay, I think this amount suitable more for people?
No, well, what we can actually do, let me just talk about the minimum wage.
Okay.
What thing we actually do, they do a bread basket for a family of 4 or 5. You understand? Basic breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When we do that, we quantify them, we put a no. Then we look at, we put something for medical, we put something for school, we put something for transportation. But we all way they under, one way or the other, they work. So we know waiting in May. Then we come up with that amount there. Then we table them. You understand? We discuss around that. You understand? For see Usa we can say. But honestly speaking, the truth is Salone we get one of the least minimum wage. Where we look governments, because they may not promise we say they go give me living wage. Something where we go able for live with. But let's look at it 100,000 and the cost of a bag of rice.
So has there been a thought?
Is that going to take us anywhere? No. Fine.
So has there been a thought around the issue? Because we see a lot of time, of course, we get an working hours. Sometimes it's from 8 a.m. to that of 5 p.m. People and staff them for go back home and all. But then we can see people that work extra hours and not even receiving extra bonuses. And if you look in other countries, them extra hours or bonus or something, but that is not really happening. You see people that walk past even waiting at the end. Has there been a thought around that as well? It's all part
it's part of a discussion. Yeah. If you know all the people that were unionized, you work extra hours, you get grades. For the one the way they don't, then they pay them overtime. For the one the way they upscale, then they pay them inconveniences, allowances. Once you then a union, the problem is, I tell you, my sister, some they look at and say, I able fetch for me, say, there's no need for the union. And the way when the union go talk to management, you go talk to management because they employ you, you go take time talk to your employer. But me being your leader, I'm not employed by your employer. So I go tell them to face the things away if they do wrong. So in most cases, if you watch now, we want to commend the Minister of Labor that are not part of the union for say themselves get waiting and forget. Because the labor laws call for if you work extra hours, they will pay you overtime or they pay you inconvenience allowance. So now for just make you ask them talk bad good law, bad implementation. We know say this time now I will the follow now because we want to see that in me. And if you watch now the structure of Labour Congress, just like how the president said promote gender equality, this is one of the very first time we're having a female vice president. And we're not going to say Usai Umandi, really ensure say things so because now we they feel the Bronx of the whole thing. The man they know they feel the heat most of the time now they receive them. So we receive them, we push up.
Okay. The collaboration with the Labour Ministry, how cordial and maybe because
the tripartite structure is battery footport. You have government, you have the employers. Have the employers and the employees. That tripartite structure is working.
Okay, so Mr. Emin, finally, we don't get a question and somebody actually say for more action. This is from Abu Obo. Government has created that has increased the wage bill and that has caused suffering on the ordinary citizens. Ask the government representative to respond, please.
I don't try to answer this in several ways. Well, And I will go back to some of the answers that I've been doing in the past. Yeah. In the early 60s after independence, anyone now know how many ministries we actually get? How many cabinet ministers there in this country? Internally? Anybody can guess? I think we had about anything between 9 to 11. And there was no deputy ministers, by the way. So you had cabinet ministers without portfolios, you can get cabinet ministers and all of them. The point I try to make is, from that Sunday to now, a lot of changes done there in terms of the structural arrangements of government. And that is fact, given. When late President Ahmed Tijan Kabak came in 1996 to 2007, you can get the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And then it divided. You had the Ministry of Youth separately, and then you had the Ministry of Sports. And Koma followed through on. And Koma said, "Kai, do your own tweaks and changes based on your visions." What we have now is clearly based on the vision of His Excellency the President. And there is no president where they're not judged by in delivery, ultimately. Yeah. So we get units, the State House, in charge of energy, this, that, food security, and anything. His Excellency the President quite clear. Now, based on their commitments today, we turn into presidential pronouncements where the service therefore now follow through on, and political leaders them, ministers and deputy ministers are going to follow through on. Now, based on them pronounce their commitments, and the people then vote for her. Also, he was re-elected again as president of the Republic of Salone for a second and final term. And therefore, those pronouncements, His Excellency the President committed to food security, and therefore he began for make sure they get this special unit. Environment, initially in EPA, you upgrade them. There's now the Ministry of Environment, where the gentleman Jewel is doing a fantastic job there. Right? I meet him during the campaign, and he's a very solid man, and nobody not take anything away from him. Ultimately, it's about what we can deliver as a government. It has nothing to do with the wage bill. Interesting. When you talk about wage bill also, there's always a cap. I don't know if you know this. There's always a cap by the Ministry of Finance in tandem with donor partners there as to which wage bill not to go beyond. So it is always within that ballpark figure there. No matter how you plan, it is always there. Right? It can't go beyond. And so I don't think it's a wage bill in terms of setting up new structures and people already employed. No. And they account for within 2 or 3% of
people in the CM for saying, because of them people and they receive, of course, the amount they receive not only the normal minimum wage, and regardless if you like I say, there's a mark of what wage will not for exceed, and if you get for more people, then you go see and say, oh, okay, I get this 100,000. I go pay mass example, high official people 80,000, the 20,000 are for the normal, ordinary man where they work. If I try to say, okay, I can add back my ordinary man, it's not possible because already get 100,000, I don't already shape at me. Nothing's done.
No, I don't think so because of that. So first of all, man, they come in at your level, right? Primarily, president within the headhunt. Every president they headhunt, right? And I should say, family know what headhunt means. No, so His Excellency the President they choose cabinet ministers there and deputy ministers. That is headhunting. It is for a job to perform and give them tasks, specific tasks and functions. The one that did civil service have a lifespan. Government can they there till they are 60. No, so they can end up for get a 1 year contract, 2 year contract, and then for 2-3 more years after, and all of them. So that's a separate calculation. In governments, those that President the Brinker in obviously have to be paid a certain amount, right? As per we standard Naya. As per standard, so they cannot say, well, they pay and they may send out. No. All of them pay grades that we've been there are the same pay grade in the bracket. If anything were to change, it goes to Parliament, yeah, for enforcement, because then procedures and then laws supposed to take effect for like happen. I don't think say get anything for do with why probably government is not what they call minimum wage. With all of them things that way they happen, now we raise big government, president being government, now he raise minimum wage. No, so.
It's always you get specific time for negotiate.
Yeah, but it do. The specific time there for negotiate.
Yeah.
I think we met it at 500. It was sent to 600 or something. No, so and now it's 800.
It was it was above $100, but the inflation erodes that. Now, if you see 800 almost, it's about $30. It's about $30. The inflation don't erode the effect of the minimum wage because it was above $100 by then.
Exactly the reason why they are requesting for an increment for this, livelihood of citizens.
It's about $30 because $100 and $2,400,000 is it?
Yes, correct.
$2,400,000.
Probably, yeah. Well, I'm now in a Labor Union, Labor Congress, they peg into dollar. I don't like to think about the dollar.
No, you have to.
No, I agree. No, I accept them.
Because
for me,
and you buy with dollars and all these things, so it has to.
No. I know the dispute, Andy. I they say for me, here for me own consumption. Me na local content. I talk about loans and consider everything, and call it. But I mean, I consider and take us on at the come up from. Right, I'm sure. Look, bottom line is we don't increase minimum wage, right, as a government. Yeah, and I got that. How we able for deal with global challenges with the effect we locally. Those are things the way government right focus on. His Excellency the President is passionate about. Now make we don't get them big fights in there where they talk about feed Salone, see how to win with because most time the demand for dollar naira. Right, for import things them. Yes, alone $160 almost $1 million every year. Now they bring China's country. What a waste. And we have all the land space available for going to agriculture and development. I'm a president will say, you know what? Law focus the second 5 year, but let's see what we can do. But in doing so also, to your initial question, we have to have the right structures in place for able for doing. And with the Frenchman and everything, they say la jeune avec la jeune. Also, it's not money. Now you take their money. You know this, you don't know more. You say you have
money, forget money.
Yeah, take money, forget that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much, Imran, and thank you very much, Madam. Kara from the Salone Labour Congress with part of the Our conversation will definitely continue because I know there are other dialogue and negotiation with governments and with regards to looking to the position paper where the Labour Congress presents to President Julius Madam.
We'll definitely forget about after the dialogue or negotiation afterwards for sure.
All right. When I saw the installation of the News and Current Affairs show, this Wake Up Sierra Leone will return again tomorrow at exactly 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, and with exclusively issues that surrounding national concern. Your name is David M. Wilson. Until then, have a nice day.
Platform
have a blessed day.
For news every day in our country, Salone. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We put enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit,